Hey there, and welcome to English Echoes podcast on YouTube. If you're looking to learn, grow, or just find some motivation, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my podcast. I'm so happy you're here with me today. If you're tuning in, chances are you're looking for a little extra inspiration, a nudge in the right direction, or maybe just a reminder that you're not alone in the journey to stay motivated. Today's topic is one that each of us has wrestled with at some point: motivation. What drives us forward? What makes us get up each day and keep going, even when life gets tough? And most importantly, how do we keep that fire alive in the long run? Motivation is a journey. It isn't just a one-time feeling. It's something we have to nurture and grow, especially in a world that's always changing around us. So let's dive deep today. If you're ready, grab a cup of coffee, find a comfortable spot, and let's get into it. To begin, let's talk about what motivation really means. So often, we think of motivation as this magical, fleeting feeling that makes us want to take on the world. But there's more to it than that. Motivation is rooted in purpose and meaning. It's the reason behind our actions, the why that drives what we do. Let's break it down into two types: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's that inner sense of satisfaction we feel when we do something for its own sake, like painting a picture because we love the process, or learning a new skill just for the joy of mastering it. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is driven by external factors, rewards, recognition, or outcomes, like working hard for a promotion or studying for good grades. Both are valuable, but the real strength lies in understanding what truly drives you. For example, let's think about a musician. At first, they might play music because they love it. That's intrinsic. But as they improve, they might start performing for others, enjoying the applause and earning a living from their talent. That's extrinsic. Both types of motivation can coexist. And when they do, they create a powerful combination that keeps us moving forward. All right, so we know what motivation is. But how do we find our own? This is a big question, and it's unique for each of us. To discover what truly motivates you, it helps to reflect on moments when you felt most alive, most fulfilled, or most in the zone. These moments are clues to what fuels your inner drive. Let me share the story of a woman named Anna, someone I read about recently. Anna spent years in a corporate job that looked great on paper, but every morning she woke up with a feeling of emptiness. She realized that her motivation had always been about helping others in a personal, impactful way. So she left her job and started a small business coaching young entrepreneurs, helping them find their own paths. The joy she felt wasn't about money or status. It was about seeing her clients grow and succeed. That became her core motivation. So, I encourage you to ask yourself, when have you felt most fulfilled? What were you doing? Who were you with? Sometimes, our true motivations are hidden in unnatural passions and interests. Things we might overlook because they don't seem important enough or serious enough. But the truth is, if it brings you joy, it's worth pursuing. Now, let's be real. Even if we know what drives us, staying motivated isn't easy. We all face barriers along the way, and some of the biggest ones are procrastination, fear of failure, and burnout. But the good news, each of these challenges can be managed with the right strategies. Let's start with procrastination. This often happens because we feel overwhelmed or afraid of the task ahead. One effective way to tackle this is through the 5-minute rule. Set a timer for just 5 minutes and commit to working on your task within that short time frame. Once you start, you'll often find that it's easier to keep going. Just taking that initial step can be enough to break the cycle of procrastination. Then there's fear of failure. This is a huge motivation killer. We all worrying about not being good enough or about making mistakes. But remember, growth requires risk. Think of failure as a stepping stone to improvement. One way to change your mindset around failure is by looking at it as feedback. Every mistake, every setback teaches us something, and that learning process is where true growth happens. And finally, burnout. In today's fast-paced world, burnout is more common than ever. If you feel like you're constantly exhausted, unmotivated, or even dreading the work you once loved, you might be burning out. To combat this, it's crucial to set boundaries and to rest. Yes, rest. Regular breaks, spending time with loved ones, or even just dedicating one day to self-care can make a huge difference. Remember, motivation isn't about working harder all the time. It's about working smarter and finding balance. Let's move on to something practical. Daily habits that help us build and maintain motivation over time. Motivation doesn't have to come in big waves. It can be something we cultivate a little bit each day. Consider starting with a morning routine. I'm a big believer in the power of setting intentions at the beginning of the day. Something as simple as a gratitude practice, where you write down 3 things you're thankful for, can shift your mindset and set a positive tone. You could also try a quick journaling session, where you jot down what you want to accomplish or how you want to feel that day. Another helpful habit is goal setting. But instead of only focusing on long-term goals, try setting micro goals. These are small, achievable steps that bring you closer to your bigger dreams. For example, if you want to learn a new language, start with just 5 minutes a day on a language app. Those small, consistent steps are easier to commit to, and over time, they build a momentum that fuels motivation. And finally, one of my favorite habits, celebrating small wins. Every time you complete a small task, acknowledge it. Give yourself a pat on the back. Treat yourself to something you enjoy, or simply take a few moments to feel good about your progress. This simple act of recognition reinforces the idea that you're making progress, which is key for staying motivated. To sustain motivation over the long term, it helps to have a purpose that resonates deeply with you. Your why. This sense of purpose is what will keep you going even when challenges arise, and it often serves as the anchor for our motivation. A great way to find your purpose is by creating a vision board or mind mapping exercise. A vision board is a physical or digital collage of images, quotes, or anything that inspires you. Place it somewhere you'll see daily, and let it remind you of the bigger picture. This visual reminder can be incredibly powerful in keeping you aligned with your goals. If vision boards aren't your thing, try mind mapping. Start with one core goal in the center of a page, and let your ideas branch out from there. This exercise can help you see your goals in a fresh way and spark new ideas for how to achieve them. Remember, purpose isn't necessarily one grand mission. It can be a collection of small, meaningful goals that add up to something greater. So here's my challenge for you. Over the next week, pick one goal, big or small, that you want to work on. Break it down into tiny steps and aim to complete just one each day. By the end of the week, you'll have made progress, and that's what matters most. Share your journey with us on social media with the hashtag insert hashtag. And let's support each other as we grow. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found a spark of motivation in this episode, and I hope it encourages you to keep moving forward. Remember, motivation is a journey. It ebbs and flows, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep nurturing it, step by step, day by day. Life is full of ups and downs, but with a clear purpose and a few solid habits, you'll find the inner drive to keep pushing forward. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams, stay true to yourself, and remember, progress is progress, no matter how small. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.